Okay. Hello, everyone. This is our class called How to Win at Life, a Game Theory Approach. My name is Becky,
And I'm Ignacio.
and we have our moderator, Patrick, and we'll be here with you guys up to 150. So hope you guys are ready. Let's get started.
All right.
So, what is game theory? Game theory is about rationalizing and quantifying strategies in competitive games. Rationalizing meaning thinking about why people make certain decisions, and quantifying meaning adding the math and figuring out, okay, here's more of an explanation number wise of why people chose these decisions. Ways to study cooperation and splitting up the work and benefits is also part of game theory because it's that you can see, oh, based on what work I contributed to the group, how much should I get of the reward? And encapsulating all of this in competitive and cooperative games, it's all about analyzing decision making among individuals or groups.
So game theory is a relatively new field, although its concepts aren't entirely new. The foundational work that is the basis of modern understandings of game theory come from one guy and his co-author's work called The Theory of Games. Uh, John von Neumann and Oscar Morgenstern are considered, the pioneers of the field of game theory, introducing frameworks for understanding games, such as the payoff matrix and quantifying, utility. And then two other people that we're going to, whose work we're going to be referencing are John Forbes Nash, who invented the Nash equilibrium concept, as well as Lloyd Shapley, who is known for the Shapley value, which is a value used for analyzing cooperative scenarios. All right, so we're gonna play a little bit of a warm-up game called rock, paper, scissors. Has anyone ever heard of this? So we're going to assign players to one person. They're going to play one-on-one round of rock, paper, scissors. You're going to DM someone that you won the game. And if both of you guys decide to say that you won, you'll get a point each. But if you guys are honest, you play a game, one person reports they won, the other person reports, well, if you lose, don't send any messages. But if one person says they won, they'll get 4 points. The other person will get nothing, but that's fair because they lost, right? So let us do the breakout rooms right now. Give me a second. It's kind of a mess. All right. Um, okay, so
Oh, and if you guys, yeah, that's that's something you can do. You can cheat if you want to. It's that will add something interesting to it. So you guys, what is it? Sort of have the opportunity to figure out how you want to play rock, paper, scissors.
all right, we may have how many people do we have actually today?
Mhm. Let's see. Oops. We have there are 19, excluding us would be 16.
Shoot, it's not cooperating. Uh,
Oh, I can make the breakout rooms. And then when you guys finish the game, could you come back to the main room? So then it's you can either so you can throw in the chat who won, and then we can keep track of it. Oh, no. It's you don't have to show your camera. It's
it's optional if you feel like it,
yeah, everyone.
All right, let's see.
You can also write in the chat with whoever you play with what you guys can figure out sort of the system you want to do so you can play rock, paper, scissors. Doesn't have to be face to face.
All right, I'm about to start the room. We'll play a game and then uh how do we divide it up? Just think of a random number from 1 to 3. And if it's 1, DM me, 2, Becky, and then 3, Patrick. And then you guys should probably report to the same person. So I don't know. It'll be a mess. But all right, I'm about to start, and then you guys will play, and then you'll come back. All right.
The
Oh yeah, yeah.
So now it's that you got your feet a little wet by playing the prisoner's dilemma, by playing the rock, paper, scissors game. So now I'm going to explain to you first about competitive games with this famous example called the prisoner's dilemma. So it's that there are two bears who are currently being held as prisoners, one in orange and one in blue. And the police, they have accused them of committing a crime, but the police only have enough evidence to put them in jail for 1 year each. Since the police, they want more information so they can put them in jail for longer, they come up with a plan so that the prisoners can confess. And then that could incentivize them. How so? Because it's that if they confess, that prisoner won't have to go to jail. But that is on a specific condition, which we'll talk about in this next coming slide. So, still on this slide, it's that you can see there are two choices, either stay silent or confess. We know just from looking at this square, which is called the payoff matrix, it's that if you stay silent, then it's that if the other prisoner also stays silent, you each get only 1 year in jail. Doesn't seem so bad, right? But if you confess and the other prisoner stays silent, you actually get to walk away. You don't even have to spend any jail time. And that other prisoner, they have to go to jail for 5 years. So why not try that? But your partner is also selfish as well. The other prisoner says, I see that the same way. It's that why do I want to stay in jail for 1 year when I only have to go to jail for 0 time and I get to walk home free as well if I confess? So, what are they going to do? They are going to actually confess. Both of them will. Why will they? Because they both think, why would I stay for 1 year if it's that I can go home free? So they'll both confess, and inadvertently, this means it's that they'll each go to jail for 3 years. This is what's called an equilibrium to this prisoner's dilemma. Why is it an equilibrium? Because it's better than any other choice that they'd be able to choose. If they stay silent, it's that okay, it's that I may go to jail for 5 years because the other guy confessed. So I want to confess so I can lower that sentence from 5 to 3. If I stay silent and he stays silent, I would still want to confess because it's that 1 year compared to 0 years. Why not take that shot and get towards that 0 years? So in this case, that's why it's that even though staying silent, you get the least amount of time in jail. When you're thinking about what your partner might do and what they would want to benefit it themselves, you're each going to want to confess. So that's why the equilibrium is 3-3. And Ignacio, if you could move to the next slide,
Yep.
it's that the next slide after that.
All right.
It's that this confess, that's called a Nash equilibrium, a situation where no one can improve their own situation or gain a higher payoff by switching to a different strategy. Do you have any questions so far?
Seems like no. All right.
So it's let's continue on.
All right, we're gonna play a brand new game. So this is the gist. You're going to choose how many points you get in this round. You can either get 1 point, 3 points, or 5 points. Once we tell you guys, you'll DM whoever, and then we'll tally whatever. The gist is this, is if you choose to get 1 point, you're gonna be guaranteed the point. If you choose 3 points, you'll only get 3 points if less than 5 players choose 5 points. Or equal to 5 points, or 5 players rather. Yeah, that should work. Anyways, if you choose 5 points, you'll only get 5 points if less than or equal to 5 people pick 5. So if more than 5 people pick to 5 points, we'll say that that's breaking the game, or so to speak. And anyone who picked anything other than 1 point will lose and get nothing. So the gist is, what are you guys gonna pick? So on the count of 3, everyone DM, let's say me or Becky, will tally the points, whatever. On 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and then we do need a second because we're doing this by hand. So give us a minute.
Okay.
All right, so the game did break. So everyone who picked 3 or 5 lost. Only the players that chose 1 actually got any points. So let's discuss. So first of all, we can see that this is a non-optimal, result of the game. Too many people got greedy and they kind of, ruined it for everyone. So, let's discuss what would be the optimal solution. I think it should be plainly obvious that if 5 people chose 5 and everyone else chose 3, that would get the maximum number of points for everyone because the game didn't break and, people got the maximum choice. But there's a few things. One is that you guys couldn't talk to each other and, organize who was going to pick 5 or whatever. Therefore, many of you didn't trust everyone else and just picked 1 because you just didn't have any faith. And then the players who chose 3 thought they were gonna, play it safe, and they figured that enough players would play it safe that, they'd get the 3 points. But in this case, you guys were betrayed by the, greedy individuals. I will say that in this scenario, 6 people chose 5. So if one of you guys had the option to change your answer to a 3 or a 1, it would actually fix up the game. And that goes into, discussion of the Nash equilibrium, where remember that Nash equilibrium is achieved when any player, if they change their answer, cannot improve their results. We can see that in the perfect result where 5 players choose 5 and everyone else chooses 3, no one can get more points. A player who chose 3 can't get a 5 because then that'll break everything. And then players who chose 5 don't want to downgrade their point bid, say. And then these situations below are not Nash equilibriums. So less than 5, then someone can choose 5 and get more points. If there are 7 or more players who chose 5 can get a 1 to get more points. And if exactly 6 players choose 5, then an interesting scenario happens where you can downgrade from a 5 to a 3 and unbreak the game. So it's just on the border edge. So it's interesting.
So now it's we're going to, how we talked about the prisoner's dilemma before? That was only 1 round. Now we're going to do something a bit related, but
Oh,
now it's with cooperative.
wait, time out for just like 1 second. Well, we need to loop back to the results of the rock, paper, scissors, actually. So now that we have them. So as it turns out, everyone was honest. So There were no, situations where both people said they won and, ruined the game, So, round of applause for the honesty and the integrity of, this class. Although that isn't the optimal solution. Nash equilibrium, in game theory informs that actually the best solution is to both lie because you can't really trust the other person. However, in more advanced game theory, you might weigh, honesty. Do you value being honest and, just getting through with it? Another factor is, you have the rest of the class to be with this person. Maybe you don't want to immediately break the trust. So that's how it ties back to the rock, paper, scissors game. But, now we're going to discuss if you're going to play multiple rounds of this rock, paper, scissors game, say in a vacuum, say you're playing an online version where you really can't talk to the other person. What is the strategy to win? All right.
So, as I was saying before, it's that let's think about this in a longer situation, or it's that we're playing this for a longer period of time. So you could think about it this way, such as if it's that you're with your friends and it's that you say, okay, it's I'm going to be hanging out with this friend for 1 week over the summer. So I get to choose, do I want to be nice or do I want to be mean to them for this week? I guess that makes you think, which one is going to be better in the long term? I think you guys probably have an idea what should happen, whether you should be nice or be mean. But let's look at this through a game theory perspective and see, should you actually be nice? Or maybe there's a different way. So it's that I'm going to show you three, or what is it? I think about four different strategies that you could potentially do. And who knows, maybe you could try them out on your own friends, though I would be a bit wary of that. Let's see. So the first one is called the grudge strategy. That one is saying, if my friend was mean to me yesterday, I remembered that. I know that from now going on, I'm always going to be mean to them because I remembered they were mean to me once. They didn't give me that banana or that apple from their lunch. I'm so mad at them. I'll be mad at them for the rest of the week. The next strategy is just be random. You could be mean or be nice. So it's that you'll say, okay, it's that today it's a beautiful sunny day, such as today. It's that I'm going to be the nicest person to my friend. But then tomorrow it rained. Ugh, it's that I'm feeling really down. I'm feeling really angry because it's raining and I wanted to go to a what is it? I wanted to play on the playground, go to a party or something. So now I'm just going to be mean to my friend. But it's all based on the situation. I don't know what could happen. So you may see me nice sometimes, you may see me being mean sometimes. Then there's always be mean or always be nice. So it's that no matter what happens, I'll always be nice or always be mean to my friend. And the last one is called the tit for tat strategy, where you're only mean when your friend was mean the last time. So yesterday, if my friend was being mean to me, I remembered, so I'm going to be mean to them today. But if that day they decided, okay, I'll be nice to you, the next day you'll repeat that and say, since they were nice to me yesterday, I'll be nice to them today. And it keeps going like that. So, which one do you think is going to win? We're going to see right on this next slide. It's that this is all based on something called an Axelrod's tournament, where it was a computer simulation where multiple robots played this prisoner's dilemma. And we got to see what happened, what strategy ultimately won after all of these iterations of this prisoner dilemma type situation. What did they find was the best strategy? it ended up being that tit for tat strategy because it's more of a forgiving algorithm. So it doesn't think, oh, if I was mean this time, I'm still going to stay mean throughout the rest of it. It's that I'm just going to play it based on what they did before. Let's see. Anyways, as I was saying, it's that in the end, they found tit for tat strategy was the best because it's a more forgiving algorithm. And so now that we know that, we're going to move on to this final game, which we're going to do right now. It's called Draw the Board Game. So I'd like you all to put on your creative hats. And it's Ignacio. He's going to tell you what this game is.
All right, so the purpose of this game is to draw as many of the same shape as you can. And we're gonna allow you guys to work together. So if two people draw the same shape, they can divide up the points equally. Um, so the idea is we'll give you a little bit to, message each other or maybe not, or maybe do whatever to choose your shape. And then let's say you'll DM me your shape, we'll record it. Then we'll let you guys loose on the drawing website. And after a certain amount of time, I'll say stop. We'll save a screenshot of the drawing, and then we'll see who drew the most shape or which shape was drawn the most. The players who recorded that they were drawing that shape will get 20 points divided by the number of people that chose the shape. So, and we'll round down. So for the math. All right.
So it's we'll give you 2 minutes to discuss, and then it's after that, you guys all join that drawing game link that I put in the chat, and we'll give you 2 more minutes to draw as much as you can. And remember, it's you can also erase or destroy their drawings, so you
Yeah,
can use
there's
that to your advantage too.
no rules. It's just anarchy. They're absolutely a mess. Just do whatever you want.
2 more minutes to draw as much as you can. And remember, it's you can also erase or destroy their drawings. So you
Yeah,
can use
there's
that to your advantage too.
no rules. It's just anarchy. They're absolutely a mess. Just do whatever you want. Okay.
How many people are in what? Oh, you're all going to go in this one game. So it's you're going to be going technically against the whole class.
Yeah, yeah. Whole class activity here. It's gonna be mayhem.
And then once you guys have your shapes, it's you guys can start drawing if you want, since it's some
Well,
people
well, to
already there.
oh, okay. Let me send the link.
I think I sent the link in the chat.
Yep. All right, now go there and then just mayhem. Let's see some anarchy. It should work. It should work. So who won? Oh wait, I need to hold on. Exports, PNG. While I tally the results,
Oh, everyone should stop drawing right now.
yeah, a while ago I took that thing. I,
In the meantime, while it's at Ignacio, he's tallying up the results. It's I'll go through this part, which is we've shown you what it is to be cooperative there are certain situations where we should have that, and there are certain situations where we should be selfish. But how do you know exactly? As we know from the iterative prisoner's dilemma, it's that aggression is worse for you in the long run because it's that you're going to be going against the group and you'll end up getting less rewards. But there may be times where it's better to be aggressive or selfish, such as when you're only playing one round of the prisoner's dilemma, because it's that you won't see the person again, and there might not be any big consequences. And it's that if we go to the next slide, it's that we can show this is something that we've been able to use a game theory in real life.
Okay. Okay, so I'll say the results. So circles wins by far. Everyone who chose circles got 3 points. Anyways, let's finish this off. One example where game theory was put into practice was, de-escalation of the nuclear stockpile between the United States and the Soviet Union. So during the arms race, they accumulated massive stockpiles of nuclear weapons, which, could destroy the world. So they decided it would be better for everyone if they reduced the amount of nuclear missiles they had. However, neither side wanted to just straight up give up all their nuclear missiles at once. However, they found it agreeable to slowly over time reduce some of their missiles, just disarm some of them at a time. And, observe the dismantling of the other countries so that they can be, guaranteed that they are observed rather, so that the disarming could be observed. And they found, that reduced the nuclear stockpile by a lot over multiple iterations of what's essentially the prisoner's dilemma, because neither side wanted to give up all their weapons at once, but a little bit at a time was acceptable. I'll announce the winners. No, 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 no. That because he chose 5. He broke. So actually, the winner is Kendrick Wrong. That's like winner of the games. So everyone, please clap. Uh, anyways.
And that's the end of our class. Right on schedule, right on time.
Oh yeah.
No, 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 no. It's that we were the ones who were supposed to tally the points. So no worries, no worries.
Yeah.
But thank you everyone for coming, and it's that we hope you enjoyed the class. And thank you, Patrick, for moderating for us.